Hello, welcome to another video from me, Mr. Morrison. Today we are going to create a times table tester. So here we've got 5 times 6, and it's coming up when I press button A. It'll say the question a couple of times, 3 times actually, so we know what the question is, 5 times 6. Then you could be answering that on a whiteboard, on a piece of paper, and then when you want to know the answer, 5 times 6 is equal to 30. And then it'll give you another question every time you go in here. So we're going to create a new project and call it times table tester. Once we've got the new project, we're going to get rid of on start and forever. And then we're going to need an on button A pressed, and we're going to need another one that's on button B pressed. Because what's going to happen is we're going to get the question to display when button A is pressed and the answer to display when button B is pressed. So we then need to have our random numbers, and we need to make them variables. So we're going to make a variable called A, which is going to be like the left-hand side of the question, and then another variable that is B, which is the right-hand side of the question. So then what we're going to do is we're going to go into that variables and we're going to set, I'm going to duplicate, I want 2 of those. And I'm going to want one that says A and one that says B. Then we're going to go into math and we're going to pick random. And in here, we want to pick a random number between 1 and 12. Being times tables, you could choose, if you're just practicing your timetables up to 10, you could change that number to 10, or if you're practicing it to a lower number, you could also have the lower number as well, like 5. So that is adjustable here when we're programming it. Then what I'm going to have is a loop, repeat, and it's going to be repeating 3 times, just so that we're not just seeing the question once, you see it 3 times, so that you don't misread it or miss what the numbers are in the question. Then we're going to need a series of things to display on the screen. So we're going to use show number first, then we're going to use show string. So string is just a word, and then we're going to need those again. So I'm going to duplicate show number, duplicate show string, and then that's going to be our thing, and we just need a clear screen. So now we need to do something to these. So we're not just going to have 0, hello, 0, hello. So instead of that, we're going to have A in the show number and B in the other show number. Then you're going to put a small x for our times and a question mark for what is the question. So it should then say whatever number A is times whatever number B is, question mark. So that is our question generator. Then we need our answer. So I'm going to have a show string. And in here, I'm going to put the equal sign. You'll find it near your backspace button on your keyboard. So there's equals. And then we're going to have show number. And here we're going to do a maths operation. So the microbit is going to calculate the answer to the number times the number. So A times B. So we're going to find in maths, and we need this one. It's got times symbol in the middle, but it is adjustable. You can choose different symbols. And then we just need our A times B. A in one side. Oops. So if that happens, just drag this up until you get the A to appear in the right bit. There we are. And then B is going to go in. And then that means that should work. So we'll try it. So if I press A here, gives me 3 times 4, and it'll say that 3 times. There we go. 3 times 4, 3 times 4. Now I know that 3 times 4 is 12. Let's check the answer. Equals 12. There you go. So load this onto your microbit and practice your times tables. And I hope to see you in another video very soon.